the whole time behind closed doors. It was a lot of sayings behind it. As well, back then they said he was. When we was getting videos of certain groups while people was marching, certain people was coming to these towns and cities and putting bricks and objects by areas, purposely breaking certain businesses for people to go in. That was also found out that was kind of organized with another actual group outside of BLM to do. It was, I'm not hard stamping it, but there was accounts and rumors that Cal Suave had full, what you want to say, full a full understanding of what was going on, and he helped with the provide with the money issues to keep the agenda going for that whole thing to happen. Uh, Now let's go forward. Now it's 2024. Everything I just said it goes along with each other. Unfortunately, it might not seem like that, but it does. You have CFR, Council of Foreign Relations. You have the Bilderberg Group. You have certain inside groups within the government with the CIA, FBI, you know, initials. It's some initials out there that we don't even know about that much. You got the DIA as well. I know y'all like DIA. Yeah, that's another group that we don't even talk about a lot, but they're out there. It's a lot of secret intelligence groups here in America as well, but they not so secret. You just have to do a little research, but they out there. Uh, if y'all not in tune with this saying, just gonna put it out there. When they decide to make a plan, they have to tell us because it's universal law, but they don't have to just give us in detail. So they literally are telling us, like what Stu was saying, they have these meetings that tells things that goes on 30, 40, 50 years from now. And they are really serious about this. Now, we are in the present. We are not thinking like that. But these the quote unquote people of power in these certain areas of our existence. So they have to quote unquote think ahead of us to be, you know, that's the way it goes. So
All right. Well, here you go.
what you say, Gordon?
Now go ahead, Joe. I think he
Oh, okay.
opened.
Okay. So let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
I said all this to get to a certain point. When Trump got quote unquote shot at, assassination attempt,
Uh-oh.
outside looking in, what do people think that was about? Outside looking in, because we about to go somewhere with this.
What you
You
think
said
about that, Joe?
outside of
Yeah,
the attempt, what do you
yeah,
think it
outside
was?
looking in, because none of us is in the inside of that situation. That's why I'm saying. So we all outside looking in. What is your opinion of that situation? What really happened?
Something ain't
Looks
right.
staged.
How did he
Def-
miss?
That part.
Okay,
They finessed that shit. Now they can't even find the body now. The actual shooter.
It was entire thing was staged, and those people sacrificed themselves to make him look like a hero.
I agree with that theory.
How can somebody shoot that many times and just graze?
That big old head.
Some, mm.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you know what's crazy because I agree. I think it's something going on, right? But it's like, damn, that. You got to be real precise to get that shot off and not kill that man.
It was for pity, um, for followers, for oh poor me, come to my aid and look what they're trying to do, justifying everything he says. Um, it just, yeah, it was staged because there's no way. And then the police in that town are now coming under scrutiny. Well, you got Secret Service. Why are the police under scrutiny and you got Secret Service? They didn't check that building. There's no way that man was there and nobody knew.
Well, on top of that, you got to add in the fact that it was a bunch of people saying, like, trying to notify, like, I don't know if it was the police or whatever, that they seen a dude climbing up there, and you know what I mean. They seen him. They had him on video, so they clearly seen him. And then on top of that, that's like basic um protocol
Protect.
for protocol for Secret Service to like look at um vantage points where people could get like do things like that. So like certain rooftops, and certain windows that are in line of sight, they usually have all of that, you know, not blocked off, but you know what I mean. They'll have it
But Eddie, today they got drones. Secret Service uses drones. How can you not have the drones flying over, scanning the area? It's just there's too much. There's too many questions that are so unanswered. And how that boy missed shot. What did he shoot? Like five rounds?
And he shot the man in the audience, but only grazed his ear.
Yes. Yeah. And how did it just graze the side of his head? Come
And
on.
he has no scar.
yeah.
No scar. And all of a sudden, everybody's walking around with this white patch over their ear, looking just as stupid as he did that day. Let me just be careful.
I don't think the
I just
sympathy
want to be
works because
careful because you
people
never
don't
know who's
believe it.
listening.
Sympathy. Nobody was
People
gonna
don't
get any
believe it.
sympathy.
Ain't nobody believe it.
Only people that believe him is his current base, and that's it. He ain't winning no new people with that stunt.
Yeah, y'all, get ready to put your seatbelt on, cause I probably gonna say something that is not people ain't gonna like. But this not a theory. This is my opinion. I'm not hard stamping, but there's facts behind this though. That assassination, quote unquote, attempt, like you said, it could have been exactly what y'all said, but it also could have been a message. Cause they definitely weren't trying to kill him. If it was, purposely done, that was probably a message.
Hey Joe, I forgot to ask you. Did you hear about them saying that Buddy was in a Black Rock commercial? The shooter,
He was
What?
in a what?
he was in a Black Rock commercial. The corporation Black Rock.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Your boy came out and said that. Joe Rogan said that they had dug up the information on that one. Joe, man was in a Black Rock commercial.
Yo, I'm looking it up right now. Thomas Crooks.
Can you play that?
Yeah. Let me see. Wow. Uh, think this is it.
Definitely a creative player.
Jill, do you know if Trump and all his wealth gave anything to the family that sacrificed because of him?
The one in the audience, or the one in the, or the boy that made the shoot, or the
No, the
shooter?
one, yeah, the no, the man that was sitting in the audience behind him who fell in front of his wife and children.
I have not
Um,
heard that he even called them yet.
no
Initially,
apology, no nothing. Oh
he
my
didn't
God.
call them, but he used his uniform as a prop during the Republican National Convention. Or no, it wasn't even his uniform because the name was spelled wrong. But he had a fireman's uniform with his name, supposedly, it was supposed to be his name, but it was spelled wrong, on the stage while he was giving his speech.
Yep,
And he
that's
went
exactly what
pictures
else.
next
He
to it.
spelled the name wrong and everything.
But to my knowledge, I've never heard anyone report that he called his wife. But when Biden called his wife, she didn't want to talk to him because she said my husband would not have wanted me to talk to him. Oh, I see.
Wow.
Hey, before y'all play that clip, Eddie, I'm gonna say this real quick. If y'all can hear me out there, I know I just my
Yep, you good. We can hear you.
all right, Stu. When you brought up this, when we was talking about the CBDC, you remember we was talking about that a while back. Remember I told you Biden passed this in 2023. He signed out for the CBDC to be implemented here in America coming soon. That's not a theory. That's not a theory. Okay, that's for to go against Bitcoin, right? All right. There are videos out there that's discussing this. In the future, we gonna have a chip called the Harmony chip. I mean, a Harmony coin. It's gonna be the Harmony coin, and it's gonna be the go against Bitcoin, but it's through the government, and they're gonna tell people, hey, you go through this, you get this coin through us, you don't have to worry about fraud and nobody doing nothing like that. Boom. Okay. Now the CBDC, that's a mind of its own. Biden signed for it. Kamala's cool with it. That's cool. But it was a person that already openly said if he become president, he would disband that the first day. Trump said that out loud, right? Now, hypothetically speaking, if you have bankers and politicians together to come with a plan to do that, and then you got this person on the side just randomly says out loud, when I become president, I'm gonna shut the CBDC down. Now, if y'all don't know, the CBDC, the centralized banking currency, is taking over the world. Everybody's getting their own. All these governments are starting to do the government version of the Bitcoin. And this was all implemented by a certain group to have all these governments do this. Goes back to the Council of Foreign Relations. You see how this works? See how all this, I know at first I might seem like all this aligns with each other, but you gotta find the pieces. It's kind of weird. It's like they do it on person, make a jigsaw puzzle, and you gotta put this piece together, and they throw like I told my boy Ray, polycrisis. They throw so much bullshit out there to distract you, to get you away from finding the real piece to put the puzzle together, if that makes sense. So, just my opinion. I'm not hard stamping it, but I'm saying this is not a theory. This is actually real about the CBDC. Trump did say he would shut it down when he become president. Biden did sign off on it in 2023, and Kamala is cool with the CBDC. Now, the CBDC is already implemented in certain countries already, and if you feel like doing your own research, just type up the problems that CBDC having in other countries right now.
Oh,
So
is that cause Trump got his own coin, the mega coin? You want?
ain't no way that's gonna become a main currency. Y'all you know that, right? That's just a that's just something to piss somebody off. But that CBDC, that right there, that's already been implemented and passed through Congress. That's
Hey,
go
hey
ahead,
Joe,
Stu.
before you get too far, you want me to play the clip? Because it seems like we're gonna get away
Go
from
ahead.
that.
Go ahead. My bad.
I'll play it real quick. We can't for some reason the screen sharing ain't working right now, so I can't get it to show on the screen. If you want to see it though, you could click in the chat. I got the YouTube channel up, so if you want to see it, play it. If you want to see it, but we get the sound.
Real, raw, and ridiculously fun. No fluff, no fakes. Get ready for a Blux experience. Smash subscribe. Love ya.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and honors economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do.
Donald Trump appeared to have prison on his mind yesterday.
I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school and gave as much as he could to help the community.
This is the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks. The ad is from 2023. What in the world is going on? Leave a comment below and hit that Blux subscribe button. If you like truthful news and wonderful facts.
And while there is
Okay, so the dude ain't have nothing. He ain't say nothing in the commercial. It's just showing him. That's definitely him. That's crazy. Wow, BlackRock. That's crazy, Stu. I did not know that.
former federal prosecutor Ellie Honig writes, if you've been hoping that Trump faces accountability for trying to steal the 2020 election before voters head to the polls for the next one, don't despair. Not fully anyway.
I'm gonna see if I can find a clip of them talk about it.
Will order an evidentiary hearing to enable Smith to air some of his most explosive evidence before voters head to the polls. If that happens, brace for a
First of
series of
all,
dramatic
not anybody and everybody can be in a BlackRock commercial. Let's start right there.
FBI general counsel and co-host of the indispensable MSNBC podcast,
Yeah,
Prosecuting Donald Trump. Andrew, it has been
and
far
I
too
mean, I
long
don't
since I
think
have spoken with you,
at
and
this
I'm
point
eager to get your thoughts on
it's
this
anywhere
story.
near a
You
theory
had an
of
op-ed
who
this
BlackRock
Sunday
is and what they
suggesting
do.
much the same as
I don't
Ellie
think
Let's
Honig's piece
it's
in the New
beyond the
Yorker
theory at this
today,
point.
which is that these evidentiary
let's
hearings
let's
should be
start
a real
how
thing this fall.
every
Can you talk a little bit about
person
your
that has
level
something to do
of
with something
bullishness that they're going to
in
happen
that
and
type
and
of
is there any
procedure to
sort of
go at a
model for
person
something like this?
like the president or a person that try to knock out a whole building with a lot of people in. Ain't as ironic each and every last one of them has ties with certain initials of our government every time, every time.
Spooky, man. Real spooky. I mean, everybody in here, y'all fully aware of who BlackRock is and what they do, right? Or should we go down that road?
Give me some info. I've heard the name, but never did the research.
There it is. Go ahead, Joe.
The black
They
You
silenced
muted.
them. They silenced them. No,
You said their name too many times.
he might have got a phone call.
um can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. They are so powerful that if you look up, go on go on Google right now and look up the members of BlackRock, they gonna put you in a rabbit hole.
Hmm.
They won't even tell you the members. They would tell you how much they have in stocks. They'll tell you that how much they worth, and they'll tell. And then they got an entity group as well under BlackRock that's named dang it, I forget. I remember I told y'all what it was. They have a whole nother group that's these are a group of bankers, investors, and wealthy people that's all together, and they just dictate the currency basically. And we don't know the head, we don't know the middle. And as well, if you do more research, it was one woman 2 years ago had a secret recording on her and was talking to a BlackRock assistant. He was just an assistant, and he straight was telling her she was a reporter. He was like, "Well, if you are a reporter, it don't matter because it's nothing you can do to us. That's how powerful we are." And he found out he was being recorded. He straight said it. And you cannot put a point and just describe what BlackRock is because that's how powerful they are. I can't just say, yeah, they run oil. You know,
You know what? I'm gonna play. I play. I got a little 2 minute clip real quick that'll probably break it down a little bit. One second.
There's a good chance you've never heard of BlackRock. Founded in only 1988, in less than 30 years, this American financial firm would grow to become the company that owns the world, managing assets worth $6.3 trillion. These are assets that belong to their clients, mainly the pension funds of ordinary people, teachers, police officers, nurses, and many more. And that's just the beginning. BlackRock has also developed a software platform called Aladdin to perform risk analysis for its clients. It receives sensitive data from banks, insurance companies, and other important institutions. Through Aladdin, BlackRock has insights about the management of financial assets worth another $20 trillion. BlackRock also has shares and voting rights in many of the biggest European companies, in sectors such as energy, oil and gas, transportation, food, and of course, finance. The company holds public debt in the form of bonds and has real estate interests. And still, there's more. Our Rock, you see, wears many hats. Aside from being an investor, it is also an auditor and an advisor. Governments and central banks invite a BlackRock subsidiary called BlackRock Solutions to audit them and to provide advice about the management and rescue of banks. Yet at the same time, BlackRock is often a major shareholder in these same banks. In other words, the company often sits on both sides of the table.
You hear that? Hear that
Hmm.
part, right? Sits on both sides of the table.
Yep.
Let me
so
finish.
how can you really explain it? You
Let me
can't.
let me finish. It's like 30 seconds left. Let me just finish it. They might say something else.
BlackRock Solutions gets privileged access to highly sensitive information.
Uh oh.
Information that could be valuable to BlackRock itself. Does this constitute a conflict of interest? No, says BlackRock, which claims that the company has established Chinese walls between its different subsidiaries. In January 2018, BlackRock's founder and chairman, Larry Fink, sent a letter to all of the CEOs of the companies BlackRock is invested in, asking them to do more than deliver financial performance and make a positive contribution to society. So BlackRock not only owns the world, it also wants to save it.
That's BlackRock in a nutshell. You take what you want from that.
I'm surprised we got a name because every time we know we get a name. Larry Flint. It's,
Larry Fink.
oh, I said,
front guy.
damn.
That's the front guy.
Cynthia's in the audience.
Oh shit. That's the front guy. He not really he ain't nobody.
He's expendable.
Yeah, exactly. There it is. There it is.
How crazy is that? I was listening to the thing you were playing, and I was looking up BlackRock on Google, and I kept refusing to do the cookies because I don't want them like following me, and I kept refusing to do it. It kicked me out of this room and kicked me off of Google all at the same time.
Man,
Well,
there it is.
They told you, didn't they?
Look, my brand is NGUM, never give up mentality. I just found out recently It is an African word that means power. And when I say I don't give up, look, they gave me 6 months to live in 2009, and just last week I went through what should have been my death again. Mm-mm. They got me confused with somebody else. I'll figure it out. They can throw me off of Google. They can do whatever. But you know what? I would, because I was going to come on here and say, you know what? This is a rival to Trump, I'm sure. Because when I heard real estate investing, money, stocks, finances, I'm like, oh, this is who he hopes to be. He doesn't have trillions. He might have billions, but he doesn't have trillions yet. But I bet you this is a rival of his.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't let him into this club. He got too much mouth. He run his mouth too much. They need people that's quiet.
And they probably asked somebody who is willing to sacrifice to eliminate this problem that we have. And that young man stood up.
They need people that's quiet.
And they probably asked somebody who is willing to sacrifice
This all loops with it with
to
one another.
eliminate
Like I said,
this
this is a
problem that we
unfortunately
have.
this is a
And that
jigsaw
young man
puzzle, and they
stood up.
purposely do the poly crisis with us, and we just gotta put the pieces back together. You hit it round the nail what you just said. Uh, Now, like I said, this ain't a theory. What else? All this, I'm about to say two other new names, but this goes along with this. And we all don't heard it, but we just didn't know the real names of them. We all don't heard deep state before, right?
Nah, I never heard. You said deep state. What you call it, Joe?
I don't. Does he realize where his mute button is? Go ahead, Joe. We waiting for you.
He might have got a phone call. I'm
Listen
trying,
to
trying to get that clip you just sent me. Still trying to figure out how to play it.
Oh shit, I kept muting myself. I didn't know what I was doing, y'all.
Yeah, when you tap it one time, just give it a second. Don't try not to tap it again because it's a slow response.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that. Appreciate. But what? Yeah, what you were saying, you hit around the nail. It's we are watching a battle right in front of our eyes, but we don't know which one's good or which one bad.
My bad, Joe.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I wasn't trying to play that. It's God damn it. My bad. Go ahead, Joe. My bad.
Yeah.
I was trying to. Stu had to send me a clip. I was trying to play it, but I can't find it on.
Yeah. Now, what we are watching now? Now let's go back to assassination tip, quote unquote. If it's real, we are watching a battle with these groups what we talking about, right? Now, if it's fake, we are still watching a battle between these groups that we are talking about. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, go ahead and play if you are ready to do your thing. You get it?
Nah, I wasn't.
Okay. All
Go
right
ahead.
now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right now. We don't we just got done talking about BlackRock. Like I said, these people, we don't know which one, we don't know which side is good and which side is bad. Honestly, we don't know. We just know what they tell us. Now, we got the CFR. We already know about the other initials that's been already out there. We got the BlackRock we just got done talking about. coup. That's another entity that's out there. We we have a lot of organizations within our country right now that we have no clue they even exist, and they've been out here for over 30 years plus, just mingling around in the quietness, darkness. Don't even they literally been out here. Like I said, you got DIA out here as well. It's the Defense Intelligence Agency. That's what they call it. So. But what I'm trying to say is we have groups that's battling for power right in front of our eyes. And then they have meetings with each other to tell us what they gonna do after they get done battling for power. How the world gonna go. That's where, like I said earlier, that's where you get the agenda 2020s, the agenda 2030s and 32s, them per se. If you ever get a chance to go read Agenda 2030, it'll blow your mind. And the sad things about some things about 2030, Agenda 2030 is already abrupt already. It's already in place. That goes back to what we was talking about the CBDC, the centralized banking currency. Now, they want to kick Bitcoin out. That's what it is. Some people in this group want to keep Bitcoin because they don't want everybody knowing their business. The other group want to have the centralized banking currency through the government for they can have full control of it. I know right now this might seem like it's a theory, but in other countries right now, this is a real thing right now. The government currency, the crypto government currency they have, I'm gonna say per se, they have it going and battling against the Bitcoin right now. And they pitch, which they gonna give us coming soon. This, but
What happened, Joe?
While we're waiting for him to come back, so my mother is German, my dad's American. Um, when I've heard so many stories from my grandmother. My grandmother was thrown on a pile of dead Jews on a train that they were taking to the incinerators. And she laid there until they got into the Black Forest and she jumped off the train. That's the only way she got away from it because she had dark hair and dark eyes. She didn't fit the profile. But what I wish people would have done when Trump was running for office, if you listen to him speak verbatim and you go listen to Hitler's speeches, because Trump's dad was German. If you listen to him speak, everything that he says is straight out of the mouth of Hitler. Hitler always talked about the Volk, which are the people. We need to take our country back. We need to get these immigrants out because Germany was tired of the Turkish and the Greeks and the Italians and everybody, the Polish, everybody coming into Germany to work and live. And Hitler wanted to end all of that. And just recently, something happened. And that was Ukraine stopped fighting on their own land. And what they did was started to invade Russia. And now Putin is in a turmoil because Russia's land has never been invaded since Hitler. And all of this is starting to come to fruition. it is amazing watching it. A lot of people just, want to put their hands over their eyes and over their ears and go, I don't hear, I don't see, I don't know, I don't speak. But the deep state, what Joe was talking about, that's all the secret stuff that goes on in these groups, like he's saying, and it's the same way that Hitler had designed it. It's so scary what's happening right now. Um, and I seen when he got shot, he kept, he makes a fist and he holds it up. But he accidentally, if you watch the video, when they were taking him off the stage, he holds his hand up just like
Hitler.
Hitler
Yep, I
used
saw
to.
that.
And I almost fell over. I'm like, are people watching? Are they seeing? And he quickly drew it back and made a fist again. People just don't they don't do their homework, and they just, and see, this is how Hitler got people. He kept talking about, it's for the people, it's for the goodness of our country, it's for you. And he kept making it all about the people, and we got to get our country back, and we got to get our land back, and we got to go back to where we were and who we were. And if you listen to Trump, and see, this is what he does. He's a very intelligent man. Even though he's stupid, he's intelligent. You'd think those two things wouldn't go together, but they do. He watched somebody that came from nothing and took over Europe. And this whole thing with the currency. In Germany, we used to have D-Mark. Now everybody has euro. Everybody. There's only one currency, and it's the euro. But it didn't used to be like that. The Italians had the lira, the Germans had the D-Mark, the British had the pound, and but now it's euro. And it's the euro versus the dollar versus the yen. And so the currency is also starting to change. And that's what they want to do. They want to make it one currency worldwide. I don't know, but Joe is on to something.
So what you know about Agenda 2025?
What I know about that is that my dad, my husband, and my son are all disabled veterans and have all served. My daughter is a Port of Seattle police officer. My family is a family of serving. When I read some of the things that they have in there that they are going to do to the veterans, he had so many, because he used to talk about, you know, our military, our veterans, they've served, let's applaud them. Dude, wait, what? You're trying to take the medical benefits away from my husband, my dad, and my son, who have already served, who are disabled veterans? People don't realize what all is in that. And he keeps saying he's distancing himself from it. He didn't create that. That's not from him. Go somewhere with that. That is not true, because
No,
he
it
has
is
these
true.
groups.
It is true.
You,
He didn't create it. It's been around for a long time, to be honest with you. They just haven't
but
found
he
a
has his people in there.
well.
You know what I'm saying? He has his people in there.
From my understanding of the whole Agenda 2025 thing, it's been around for years. The problem is they haven't found the right puppet to push it.
Yeah, I think they came and sought him out and got behind him to push that agenda 2025. And I mean, they always have an agenda, it just changes from year to year. So I think
Correct.
they sought him out because they saw what he was doing and what he was capable of, and they got behind him to support him to try to get their agenda in place. And but they made a mistake by making it known and by allowing people, 1 minute you say they sound like Woody. 1 minute you say you talking all this talk. Next minute I don't know what you're talking about. Or I do not recall. So you made it public. We know it's out there now. So of course we're gonna fight against that. But you really got to think about what, again, when they show you their hand, they still got something else going on behind their back. So this to me is a distraction. What I want to know is what they really got planned, because there's more to it. They're not going to show us their hand. That's just not smart when it comes to strategy. So we got to look out for what's the real agenda is, or what you really trying to put forth. And I mean, it's
Well,
probably a lot
it's
of the
that old
same.
saying, right, Jewel? That old saying, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, I think it's more so the saying never let your left hand know what the right hand doing or whatever, however that
That
go.
part too. Yeah, yeah, for sure. We just
Gonna
gotta
show you
keep
the left hand,
keep
but they not
watching.
like they're showing you the left hand, but they ain't telling you what the right hand doing.
And you
We
know
gotta
what?
keep
I
watching.
look at the title of this room. I don't know if you guys know who Earthquake is, the comedian, but he has a show that he does. Uh, these aren't jokes. When I hear this, this ain't no theory, and these aren't jokes. This is real stuff. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Same.
from what I see is a lot of us are a lot of people are distracted by other things, and honestly, they don't believe a lot of this stuff. So to be real with you, they don't need to hide this stuff no more. They could put it in your face because I guarantee you, I tell somebody about Agenda 2025, especially probably like an older person, and they're like, "Oh, that's bullshit. That'll never happen." You get what I'm
True.
saying?
True. What do they say? The best way to hide something from is to put it in a book.
Shit.
People don't read. They don't like to do their research. They don't want to believe it. So,
Hey, I don't even need to hide it because the people ain't gonna believe it anyways.
yeah.
Why?
My son told me something. He was in the Navy. He was stationed in Jacksonville for 10 years, and he wanted to move to Florida. We're out here in Seattle, and he was like, "Mom, I think I want to buy a house in Florida." And I said, "Why would you want to do that?" I said, "All the hurricanes and stuff that come through there." He said, "Mom, you tell me one military base, one naval base that has ever been hit by any hurricane, by any earthquake, by any storm." He said, "How crazy is it that all of these things and catastrophes that happen never seem to happen on military bases?"
Or
He
near
said,
them.
or near them. He
That's
said,
very true.
"This stuff is created, Mom." He said, "They go into the sky with these planes and they create catastrophes for reasons." He said, "Look where they hit. Look, the people." He said, "Look what happened in Louisiana with Katrina." He said, they're trying to eliminate a certain people, if you will. He said, it never hits the military. And that was something that really threw me for 20 loops. I was like, oh my God, how is that possible? That
That is very true.
Jacksonville, right there on the coast.
Because these storms are very, it's very interesting how these storms work. I live in Virginia, so I have at least two military bases within 20 miles of me. Well, one might be a little bit, yeah, about 20 miles. So and there's, I think this state has the most military base in the country, and we never get hit like a direct hit with storms, and they affect us. This area does get some flooding, but we never get almost never get direct hits. Only one time since I've been down here for about 12 years did we have a storm to the point that the power we lost power for a few days, and then it got it right back up within a couple of days. So yeah, we always, it always misses us. So
But
that is
it's
very
just like
true.
out here, and I have Fort Lewis, McCord, Bremerton. The coasts always have, to protect the country. The coasts always have, lots of military bases surrounding the coast, and all the earthquakes that have hit here. Even the volcano when Mount St. Helens erupted, it didn't even touch Fort Lewis. Not one piece of lava touched Fort Lewis.
That's
But it's
crazy.
it is crazy. It's so crazy.
Mm. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I never thought about that. I never really thought about that with the military bases never being affected by none of the catastrophes. Yeah, that's crazy. You're definitely right
And
about
so
that.
we hear Trump talking about, oh, they're so full of it, with all of this, the weather changing and, what is it that they talk about? The
Global
Global
warming
warming.
and
global warming, yeah.
yeah,
And he keeps telling everybody it's not true, it's not true, it's all fake media, blah blah blah. And then you start to wonder, is he trying to tell us something? A lot of people hate him for it, but there are many companies that make money because of it. But is he telling us something that may be factual that he knows that the rest of us don't? That perhaps they are creating it.
definitely could be. Definitely, I think. I hate to give him any sort of credit of any sort of having any sort of sense, but it's a possibility.
Girl, I'm so with you on that. I'm so with you.
Well, we all have to do a much better job of educating not only this generation, the people who are voting now, but
Eddie, y'all
future
getting rain up
generations
there?
about the
Yep,
importance
yep.
of
We getting
Okay.
right.
democracy and
Hmm.
how
Yeah, I see Joe's phone is
costly
out.
it is
Yeah,
to
he
Oh,
keep
he's
said
it
back
he's
now. And
yeah,
I
he
see
said he's
Kareem
getting
is not
schools.
here, so I was like,
listen,
yeah.
you're looking at somebody who's very
Joe was in
influential.
Oklahoma, I
I think
believe, right,
Oh,
Joe?
anybody
okay.
who's lucky enough to live in a free country owes it something in the form of service.
Can you hear us,
And
Joe?
it's
Sound like he in
only
the Matrix or
until
something.
we
Yeah, I
have
think
Yeah,
he is. He
yeah.
got the
we have
internet
access
thing.
to freedom.
Yes, Miss Lynn. He said the windmills are killing the
And
birds.
therefore, we
Oh
The-
have
my
those
God.
people who serve
it's
as
killing the
executive
eagles.
branch.
If you kill an eagle on purpose, you go to jail. But if the windmills kill the eagles, it's okay.
And everybody else
This shit is
who is
crazy.
in uniform, but
I
particularly
don't
those
know
who
where that
serve
came
in
from, but
uniform,
hey, it was a thought that
understand
was
how
on his mind. He
important it
felt
is
he
that we
needed to
take
share.
care of each
Oh,
other.
excuse me.
That's how we defeat the
That
enemy
was
and
accurate
overcome
though.
all
The Hitler
inequalities.
speeches and Trump speeches, that sounds
That's how
similar.
we can educate future generations
Whose
about the
speeches?
importance
Trump
of
and Hitler
doing that.
speeches is all
Oh,
when he's
yeah.
rambling, that's exactly what he sound like, Hitler.
I
Who
mean,
is
yeah.
at risk uh, in this situation will be at risk
I think he's
in
speaking
future
today somewhere, or was that just
generations
yesterday?
who try to negate the
Damn, that's your
efforts
stomach, girl?
of those who
What?
made this country great and
I
who
heard some
left it
growling or
great.
something. What was that?
Education is the only way that we can reach into the future, and we
I
have to
don't
do
think
a
so.
much better job of educating
What is
Yeah,
that?
future
I don't
generations.
know. I don't know if he's supposed to be speaking today. I didn't hear that.
Presidential candidates JD
Where you
Vance
at,
and Tim
Joe?
Walz
You
lead the
there?
debate in
I don't know.
Iowa. This news comes as more advances pass controversial
Both of them
legislation
in
that's covered.
they both
One
in
would be the
where
latest. Vance
Delaware or
said in
something. Where
2021
both of them.
speech that companies come out in favor of abortion rights
It might be
if they
Maryland
can
because she was
show
just in Delaware,
cheap labor and
or
don't
vice
allow
versa.
employees to have children. My nightcap is
Where's
still
where's
here. You know what?
Biden from?
You
He's
thought the
from.
weirdest thing you would see was Olympic
Biden, I
gymnasts
believe, is
with
from
abortion
Delaware, ain't
rights.
he?
It's more
Okay,
like
yeah. So
Trump's
she was
interviews
just
with
in
JD
Delaware
Vance.
with
Do
him.
you wonder
She should be on her way to
was JD
Chicago
Vance actually vetted by the Trump campaign, or was it
because
Don
that starts
Jr. saying,
tomorrow.
"Hey, Dad, pick my
Unless she
son
not
and I'll
coming the
run for
first day.
VP one day"?
Oh, it was for sure Don Jr. saying, "This is my guy. Trust me. He helps us with our base." And that's the problem. It was a base
Yeah,
vote.
you
It was
got
a
some
base
service
vote
issues
winning
over there,
those
Joe. I
races,
see
winning
you
those races
trying to
outright.
struggling
The
to
Trump
talk.
campaign was confident at this
Um,
point that they were
yeah,
going
I
to
mean,
win.
Yeah, I'm.
They were looking at
there you go.
certain
Go ahead, go
states
ahead, go
where
ahead.
they thought they could win, like Virginia and Minnesota. They were
Yes,
talking about
yeah.
winning
I
New
about to say
Jersey. It was going to be a runaway. How
1968,
high could we go
1969.
in the
They
electoral college? So let's deepen our base's support. So
What's
JD
that?
Vance
What
is
that
is
represent?
one of the
1968,
examples
1969.
white
What's that?
men that support Donald Trump and have, although decreasingly so in recent polls since Kamala Harris got in the race. And then everything changed, and it looked like, oh wait, we need some of the states that a different choice would have helped us
that's
win. So, is there some buyer's remorse?
Damn it.
Probably. We've heard some reports this week that Donald Trump, as he's wont to do, is blaming a whole bunch of other people, anybody but himself,
They
as he
got him.
moved over to
they
Fight back, Joe.
Grady helps us out. But without question, there is some remorse given all, and now what looks like a bottomless
Yeah, we
well
can't
of
hear you, Joe. The Matrix got you.
with just about anybody,
You moving around or something?
women and childless cat ladies, an important demographic that you're going to need to win this election.
yeah.
If they wanted to win Virginia, then perhaps they
Or
could
if he
have taken
connected to the
Jonathan
Wi-Fi,
Kent
maybe he should
on the
disconnect.
campaign trail with them,
Nah, it
but
sound like
this
he
isn't going to
outside
happen again.
somewhere.
It seems like J.D. Vance is all alone out there right now. James, what do you think?
I mean, we could shut it down if you want, Joe. Pick it back up another time because your service is not working right now.
Nah, you keep cutting out.
Give me 10 minutes. Before
All right. Let me see if I can find a clip, play for a few minutes. Maybe that'll buy him some time. Appreciate you coming to the stage too, Cynthia.
What is your take?
Follow the room,
Just a few weeks into J.D.
follow
Vance,
the
and I'd like
channel.
to see him have
Tap in with us
flexibility.
sometimes.
I heard Laura Ingraham say J.D. Vance
Where do
does
I
so
click
well
to
in
follow
national
the
media,
room?
they'll be
Like
clowning him
I'm new to this chatter stuff, and it's fascinating to me that you can do screen shares and stuff. I haven't learned all that yet, but
so well. What do you
um,
say, Basil?
Yeah.
They do need to set it up so you can follow the room while you're in the room.
You
Um,
can't. You
oh,
tap
you
can.
can't
on
do that.
You
where
can,
it
but
says Critical Minds Building, and then it takes you to the page, and just follow that page.
Got it, Bo. Just did it.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm learning
appreciate
new
you.
Yeah,
stuff. I'm
I
Appreciate.
created a room. I'll probably start. I don't know when.
you and
It's
me
the
both.
NGUM. It's the never give up mentality. That's is what I walk, talk, teach, and preach. Les Brown, who is a good friend of mine and wrote the forward to my book, we talk about it often. You know, it's that never give up mentality. You got to keep pushing. Um, it just, you just do. You know, I just feel like every human was brought to this earth with a purpose. And even with all of this that's happening, you know, even with Trump, there's a purpose, there's a reason, there's something, you know, the rest of us will have to, you know, wait and see how the story plays out. But I just believe that every person was brought here. A God given, I have a personal quote: God given gifts or God given talents are life purposes unveiled. He has given each and every one of us something that we are supposed to be doing. And for some people, it takes a lifetime to figure it out. But it really is through your struggles. You know, I have the from tragedy to triumph, struggle to success, the test becomes the testimony. And we're supposed to be doing something. And a lot of people, you know, they talk about the richest land in the world is the graveyard. It's where inventions and ideas and speakers and you know, just amazing things are buried. And it's because people didn't live their purpose. They didn't follow their calling. Whatever it is, everybody can't be the doctor, the lawyer, the you know, the president. That's not for everybody, but there's something you're supposed to be doing, and it's your responsibility while you're here to find out what is my purpose, why am I here, why was I sent here, what am I supposed to do. And mine, I just believe, is helping other people and teaching that mentality of never giving up. I don't care what comes your way. I don't care how many doctors tell you you got 6 months. I looked at that doctor and I was like, dude, you be the doctor and let God be the timekeeper. I could walk out of his office and get hit by a car. And you said I had 6 months and I died in 6 minutes. So you got to take every day as if this is the last one. And I have a thing on my podcast. How much time do you have? Everybody is given 48,600 seconds a day. If I said to you today, I'm going to put $48,600 into a bank account for you, whatever you don't use by midnight, it doesn't roll over. I'm taking it. How much of it would you spend? I bet you would spend every freaking penny. But we are given 48,600 seconds a day in this thing called life. And we spend it just on bullshit
Mm.
that does no good, has no purpose, brings no value, doesn't inspire, teach, train, help the next human being. And it is so sad to me that people see money so valuable, but they don't see life that way. But I'm going to tell you, I was the same person. I didn't face life until I faced death. It will change you as a person. It will change you. I was fired from 2 jobs because of cancer. That's why I wrote the book, Purposely Unemployable. I Won't Fire Me. God showed me, hey, I got something else for you to do. You're not supposed to be working over there. Oh, you're not supposed to be working over there either. I want you to go out and help my people find their purpose. And so that's what I do now. And that's why when I seen this ain't no theory, and it was talking about critical mind building. That's what caught my attention. I was like, critical mind building. That's all I care about. When the brain is talking, the body is listening. Whatever you put in it, that's what you get out. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. Well, what are you thinking about? Critical mind thinking. What are you thinking about? You bring about what you think about. I done went on a rant. Went into a speaking thing. I'm sorry. I just done lost it. Now you know what? Uh, uh, Eddie. Now you don't need to play no 10-minute clip. Just ask Cynthia. Just ask Cynthia. Cynthia, come on the stage and speak for 10 minutes till Joe gets back. I'll be like,
Well,
oh yes, I'll raise my hand. I'll be happy to.
well, Cynthia, I followed your group, your page, so I look forward to seeing and checking in some of your rooms.
Yep, I did too, and I followed you as well.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I just, you know, I go on these rants and it's just like I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. I just show up and I feel like it's, by the hand of God. He's like, I need you over here today. You need to come over here. You need to go over there. It's just, I just find myself in places like I'm not sure who's supposed to hear it. I don't know who needs to know. I don't know what input I can give to help. And so I just do it and I don't question it no more.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I see you have doctor by your name. Is that, or do you have a doctorate, or is that just a name?
Look, my dream was always to be a brain surgeon. I left home at the age of 16. My mother pulled a gun on me and pushed me down a flight of stairs. And this old Southern woman, black woman in Memphis, Tennessee, at the age of 16, took me under her wing. And I don't know if you've ever listened to Les Brown, but he would tell you my mother carried me in her womb, but mama carried me in her heart. And she got me into church. And she taught me so many life lessons I can't even tell you. And who, what. I can make the best collard greens anybody you ever wanted. My kids are like, Mama, you need to put them greens in a
Okay,
can.
Miss Cynthia.
She was like,
That's
Mama, they
right.
said, Mama, put them greens in a can. Mama, you need to can those. Um, but I'm going to tell you, it changed my life. She took me under, and see, that's all God's doing. The things I was going through, He took me through that for a reason because He knew I was going to come out on the other side. And it hasn't been easy. I'm going to tell you, battling 4 cancers, losing 2 jobs, it wasn't easy. But I never gave up. Mama just kept telling me, baby, just keep your head up. You just keep praying, baby. Just don't you give in. And you know what she said? She said, if I could take it from you, I would. Oh, Lord, don't let me start crying. If I could take it from you, I would. And she did. She got a really rare cancer. She didn't tell none of us about it until the last few months of her life when we lost her. And it was the hardest thing I ever dealt with, was losing her, because she was my mentor. She was my rock, my solid foundation. But you know what? She came from nothing. She didn't have anything. We were growing greens out in the backyard. We would go out there and pull greens and turnip greens and get them turned. Oh, Lord, what? On Saturdays, we used to make plates and sell them. Catfish, it didn't matter what it was. We were selling plates. Mama was cooking and we was selling plates. She was poor, but she was wealthy.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope for real.
They in Pennsylvania today.
PA.
Um,
Okay, okay.
yeah. Harris and Walz. I'm not sure where Trump is. I know he was going back. I think that was yesterday. He was going back to Pennsylvania.
I'm mad the screen sharing ain't working right now. That shit weird.
You tried it again?
Nah, I could try it again though. What? No, because I'm sharing right now. Well, it's not a.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I could restart it and see if it worked though.
How do you do that? How do you? That's what I've been trying to figure out, is how do people show their screen? Do you have to be like on the computer doing it, or?
Yeah. It has to be a computer. You
Well,
got to do it through a browser.
you could do it through a phone, but it won't have no sound at right now. So, um, it's a little process. Like they don't want people to just give out the information for some reason. Well, I get why, whatever. But they
Yeah.
want you to. You got to join the tele. If you have a computer, you plan on doing something like that.
Yeah, I got a computer, laptop, my phone.
Okay, so message a lady named Kim Green. Her name's Kim Green, black lady. Um, and just type desktop, and she'll send you a link to chat, the Telegram, and then you go from there. And they'll get you set up over there. Unfortunately, they don't want people to just give out the information without you being on a Telegram.
But also check, because sometimes they have a room helping people set up desktop. So if you see something that says desktop, a room that mentions desktop, just click in that room. Because I actually joined one of those rooms one time and it didn't require me to have, anything. And they basically showed me how to do it. So they might be opening it up, opening it up to more people. So if you're happen to be on and you see a room that says desktop held by like a Leah or somebody like that, you could join that one.
My bad, Jules. My bad. I
You
tried to
good?
Oh,
just.
I connected with Leah yesterday. She was in a room that my friend who actually brought me into here. She was in a room, and so we're connected. Chatter founder, or one of their.
Investor or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the screen sharing still ain't working. Yeah, I don't know. Usually you can see up top and see the screen, everything that's on my screen, but it's not working right now. So, Joe, where you at, my man? It's definitely been 10 minutes. He still like he got connection issues. You might shut this down and probably bring this back up some other time and dive into it. We usually do it on Thursday, Cynthia, but we kind of all over the place as far as when we gonna be doing it. Like our theories, we got other rooms too. We do. You can follow our other room. We got another room called Kicking It Critically. That's just more of a hangout. Nah, not gonna say hangout, but it's not topic based. This room right here, Critical Minds Building, is usually gonna be topic based. Trying to get something out of a conversation. You know what I mean? So probably shut it down. Joe. He's having issues. So
Yeah, and I just had, like I was saying,